was watching American Ninja Warrior and talking about the band across here that you're just mentioning. There's people try different techniques to try to get the maximum use out of their body so that they can go through the course. And there was one guy who has like wraps around his wrist right there, and I was wondering if that helps performance. And because it's a lot of climbing and grip strength, so I was wondering if it helped relax and didn't put as much stress on that band.
Well, it it puts more stress on it, but it gives him more leverage to do things because he's not stretching his he can he's going to have more trouble worse afterwards, but he can do more at the time because it's holding it here so that he's got some resistance, which is more than his body tissues can give him. Or he may have already ripped a little. We don't know his history.
Yeah.
You can pay the devil now or you pay the devil later. And asked if it made it eat. Well, you heard the question. When my daughter Yolanda was about 5, she missed the end of the diving board. Her right foot slipped off, and here's the diving board. And so she goes like this, and the corner of the diving board got her right in the groin, in the you know where. And nobody did anything about it because it didn't even look that it. You could see it torn like flesh. It wasn't even bleeding that much because it was right where the fascia was in the groin at the where the leg attached. And I remember seeing it, and there were several doctors around. It was a family party, and we never did any. They never did anything about it. She used to say that her tummy hurt. She didn't know what it was, and I didn't know anything to do about it. Life went on, and she turned out to be a very good jazz dancer. She had a boyfriend in high school that was the quarterback, and he noticed that she had a really good high kick. Well, they had powder puff football, and he figured out where to put the tee for the football so she could use that kick. Well, in the game, she kicked 2 45-yard kicks because she had enough scar tissue holding her there. Later, it showed that she'd also had the inferior rami broken, but that was when she was in physical therapy school and too late to do anything about it. But because of the scar tissue, she could make a stronger kick, and that kind of answers. The Tommy John surgery that Frank Jobe was famous for tightened up, who's that? Really good pitcher. I can't think of his name right now. I should know because he's a friend of my son's, because my son was the Dodger psychiatrist for I think 17 years. It'll come to me in a minute. But because of the way the ligaments were sewn, he had more leverage to throw a real fast ball. Does that answer your question?
Yes.